Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. It is new set season here on the channel. Good to be back with you. It's been a while. We are drafting the new set, Bloomburrow, today and going to have a good time with it. For those of you that are new here, for this first draft, I'd like to give a little bit of an introduction into the set and things to make sure that we're good to go, because when we get into pack one, pick one, we got lots of talking and got to move mighty quick because there are a lot of cards to look through that both I and you probably don't recognize as much. So we're going to make sure we get into that. But before we do, fun announcement. I have secured my first partnership as a YouTuber. That's right. I am now partnered with Dubby, an energy drink company whose products are jitter-free, crash-free, contain no sugar, artificial colors, or dyes, and are 0 calorie. Exactly what I'm looking for in my energy drinks nowadays. They've got multiple products from cans in flavors like mango orange cream and strawberry banana. They've got over 15 plus powder-based flavors, including merch, shakers that you'll see me using as well. Yes, I use the product as well. You can head over to dubby.gg and use code DailyDraft for 10% off all purchases, not just your first purchase, but all purchases, and your purchases will give back to the channel as well. So if you're in the market for a new and upcoming and honestly pretty darn good tasting energy drink, Dubby's your place to go. So go check them out, and your consideration is greatly appreciated. But you are here for a draft. I'm here for a draft. I'm excited to get into pack one, pick one. So I'll see you there. All right, here we are. Let's start with our rare today. What do we got? Essence Channeler, 2 mana, 2/1. As long as you've lost life this turn, it has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, you put a counter on it. Whenever it dies, you put its counters on target creature you control. Seems pretty good to me. Obviously, this wants to go in the black-white gain and lose life bats deck here. So we're going to secure this for a moment. Take a look at Dewdrop Cure. Interesting. We can return 2 creatures or 3 creatures to the battlefield. Conditional removal spell, kind of the 2 damage board wipe. What else do we got here? Sky Skipper Duo, 5 mana 3/3 flyer. You can blink something. 3 mana 2/3 is a 4/3 as long as you have any token at all. We've got a 2 mana 1/3, add 1 mana of any color. There's some like fine playable cards here, but I think the rare definitely has the highest upside, and if we can find ourselves into black-white bats, this is going to be a great card for us. So we'll start with that and see where to go from there. What else do we have now? All right, we've got a 4 mana 4/2 that has flash, can give -1/-1, or kill something that's already been dealt damage. There is a Bright Blade Stoat here, which I think is really good. I'm going to reserve that for a moment. Eddy Merc Crab, I think, is also quite good. It's a 7 mana 5/5 flash, but it costs less for instants and sorceries in your graveyard. ETB's tapped if it's not your turn, but it also stuns, actually just taps 2 creatures, doesn't stun them. What is our rare? 5 mana. During your turn, you can cast instants and sorceries from your graveyard by paying 1 life in addition to their other cost. And then you exile them, and you can also sacrifice this too. No. There's a couple of green cards here, pretty good. There's a Tree Guard Duo, which is a nice little aggressive card. Bark Knuckle Boxer wants you to expend. Saver's a decent little removal spell, but I think the Bright Blade Stoat goes perfectly with Essence Channeler. Puts a counter on it pre-combat, or pre-Essence Channeler combat, because this does have First Strike. So that is also pretty nice. Ooh, I do like Intrepid Rabbit. 3 mana 3/2 Offspring just for 1. Whenever this creature enters, target creature you can control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's kind of like 4 mana for a 3/2 and a 1/1 that give +2/+2 across your creatures. It's pretty good. There's also a Take Out the Trash. Just a generically great card here. What is this one? 2 mana 1/2 Offspring 4. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards. You can reveal basically a spell from them, and then the rest in the bottom. Probably pretty darn good in blue-red, but I don't know if we're going that direction necessarily. Builder's Talent, I don't think is very good. There's a Cash Grab, which I really like. Wolverine is very good as well. So there's some good red-green cards here. I just don't know if we need to branch off of white yet, because we do have a decent little white start. I could take Out the Trash. No, I'm going to take the rabbit. Ooh, that was close. Didn't know what to do there. All right, in black-green, Bone Cache Overseer is a very good card. I actually recorded a draft before this to post to the channel that, unfortunately, file got corrupted. But my opponent started with turn 1 Overseer, turn 2 Overseer, and drew like 8 cards over the course of the game. Because it's a 1/1. You don't really want to kill it, but kind of just have to. What else do we have? 2 mana, 2/1 First Strike. When it attacks, you add red. That's actually kind of nice. There's a duo. There's a Plume-Creed Mentor. So 3 mana, 2/3 flyer. Whenever another flyer enters, you get a counter on a creature without flying. You've got Carrot Cake for some token synergy. Black isn't particularly open yet. I'm going to take the Mentor and see if we want to try to get ourselves into blue-white maybe a little bit, but we'll see. 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever it attacks, untap target non-land permanent. Okay, not too bad. Black is looking to be relatively cut so far. I think I might just stay white and figure out what secondary color I want to pair that with. Treetop Sentries, fine. Rust Shield Rampager, fine. There's a lot of blue-red spells cards going around right now. I just don't think we can get out of what we're doing super easily. Because we do have 3 pretty good white cards here that I'm hesitant to abandon for just like a blue card that's not as good. So let's take the white card here. White is gone. Black is gone. I guess the Channeler might not be at its best today. Lots of red, though. So we've got a Combat Trick in green. A Go Wide Trick. Some more blue stuff. Conduct Electricity. Which one is this? 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever so Valiant, you discard a card, draw a card. Probably not great. I mean, it's fine, but not outstanding. I mean, we've got a decent red-white start as well. I guess I'll just go ahead and take the red 2-drop. Okay, here's a Bravekin duo. This one triggers Valiant for 1 mana every turn if we want to. What else is there? Otters, blue-red. Threshold, 2 mana, 1/1. Can't be blocked. Loots on hit or draws a card if you have Threshold. I think these artifacts are not very good. Wear down, fine. I'm just going to continue to take the white cards for now because I know that I'm white, and we'll see what else comes here. Bushy Bodyguard, much better in blue or in a green-black as it wants to forage. Don't think it's going to be super great in green-white if that's where we end up going. Sentry, same thing. Green-black card. Stargaze, no. I don't think I need 2 kin duos. I'll take the Warren Elder, 2 mana, 2/2. Can pump your whole team later in the game if we end up going a little bit wide here. So go ahead and take that. Another duo. The Dewdrop Cure could actually be interesting here. We've already got, you know, Brightblade Stoat, Essence Channeler, Warren Elder. We got a lot of 2-drops. I think I'm going to speculate on Druid of the Spade, though. Green-white seems kind of open. There's a rabbit response, so we can take 4 mana +2/+1. If you control a rabbit, you scry 2. It's a lizard card here. I don't think Barkform Harvester is great. And Finch Formation is not the direction we're headed. Okay, that's a Dazzling Denial. That's a late cash grab. I do really like this card. I just don't think it's going to go well in green-white if that's where we end up. The Dazzling Denial goes well with the Plume-Creed Mentor. I guess I'll take this as I don't think I'm playing black. I don't really want to play blue-red either. So, what is our rare now? 2 mana, 2/2, Haste Prowess. Whenever it becomes target a spell or ability for the first time, you exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your turn, you may play it. It's got Prowess, too. It's pretty good. There's another Scribe. Banishing Light would be great. Not seeing a ton of good green-white cards here. 2 mana, 3/1. I mean, this is black. I'm just not really going to read the black cards right now. We're so far away from doing that. There's a frog build around here. Finch formation could be okay in blue red or blue white, but I think we're more than likely to be in red white here. Ooh, that's a mythic. Choose a creature type. For each creature you control the chosen type, create a token that's a copy of it. They gain haste, exile them at the end step. No, maybe not. But this is perfect. Mabel's Medal in a Valiant deck. We already have the Challenger and where's the other one? What's our other? Oh, the Scribe. Challenger and the Scribe already have Valiant, and we're going to look to build upon that, I think. So I'm probably just going to take the Mabel's Medal. Yeah, it looks good to me. Ooh, Caretaker's Talent. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, draw a card. When it becomes level 2, you create a copy of a token, and tokens you control get +2/+2. Ooh, that is tempting. There's a Quake Tusk Boar and a Banishing Light, as well as a Scribe and a Veteran Guard Mouse too. Okay, I think we're doing decent with where we're at. We've got the Intrepid Rabbit right now to make tokens for this, and we could potentially still be green-white. This seems pretty good. But gosh, Banishing Light is also just great. I know this is going to be good, and that might not be good in our deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Banishing Light. That was a tough one there. So this 2 mana, exile a creature, give him a fish, or you blink a creature on your side. I don't think that's really what we're looking for. I don't think we need a second rabbit response. Curious Forager, not really. Kindlespark Duo, not really. Do like Pawn Prophet, but not really for us. I mean, I guess we're going to take the second rabbit response, but not thrilled with it. Okay, red is starting to get cut for some reason. There is another Bravekin Duo. We could take it here. I don't think it's particularly great, but I mean, I think it's better than everything else for us here. Again, I don't like the Parting Gust, so I'll go ahead and take the Bravekin Duo. Oh, there's an Intrepid Rabbit. Do like that card. Yeah, it's a little expensive on the removal, but we'll take the Intrepid Rabbit here. Another Warren Elder versus Raccoon Rallier. And there's a chance we could just be like mono white here. There is a Dazzling Denial as well. Like, we only have like one bird though, I think. Yeah, just one bird. I think I'll just take the Warren Elder. Another Intrepid Rabbit, pick 8. Yeah, so white is looking to be relatively open. This isn't really the white card we want. It goes really well with Essence Channeler, but I don't think that's good enough to include it. Okay, so this one is a 3 mana 3/4 that gives Raccoons Vigilance on expending. I think I'll just go ahead and take the red card. It's the Tormenting Voice variant. Ooh, it's wheeled anyway. Maybe we get there in pack 3 if we can find... There's like a 3 mana make 3 tokens. We already do have 3 Intrepid Rabbits here. I would like to get some more Valiant creatures. I mean, right now we have 2. Is that it? I mean, I think that's all we have. Probably going to move these blue-white cards to the sideboard, and I could still be convinced to go green-white with this. But I would need a pretty good green card. Because the Druid is fine. We would have to give up... I mean, Sazakap's Brew is not anything special, and the Scribe really isn't either. The Challenger's pretty good, but I don't think it's like a bomb necessarily. So let's see what we open in pack 3. Absolute garbage is what we open. Thornvault Forager, not for our kind of deck. Which one is this? 3 mana 1/1 ETBs with a 1/1 counter for each other squirrel or food you control. And whenever squirrels and foods enter, it gets another counter. I think that's pretty good, just not for us. I guess I'll take the Burrow Guard Mentor. It's a 2 mana trampler. And its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. It's the best we got. I mean, the only red card is Sazakap's Brew, and I'm not taking that. So let's take the Mentor here. There's another Banishing Light. I'll reserve that for a moment. We've got Druid. Much more for the Bouncing Frogs deck. Wildfire Howl. That just hoses our whole deck. Basically a board wipe. Sazakap's Brew. Don't need another one of those. And another Honored Dray Leader. So, pretty easy Banishing Light here. Okay, Tree Guard Duo could be interesting. 3 mana 3/4 gives a creature +X in Vigilance, where X is the number of creatures you control, which is quite good. What is this one though? 2 mana 2/1 Valiant gets +0/+2, and you can sack to destroy an artifact or enchantment. That's okay as well. I kind of like our green a little bit better than our red. I mean, there's an Agate Assault as well, but I'm going to take the Tree Guard Duo here. I don't like Parting Gust. I don't think this is a Bushy Bodyguard deck. It's not a Peerless Recycling deck. 4 mana 3/3 Flyer. When attacks, target creature you control without flying gets +1/+1 till end of turn. There's also just a Provisioner. I guess I'll take that. I know I'll play this. Probably. Another Nettle Guard. What are these red cards? So non-creature build around. Valiant Trigger. And a nothing. And not much else. Alright, I guess I'll take the Nettle Guard. The double Bravekin Duo is going to have to go a long way in triggering these Valiants for us here. I don't know if we're green-white or red-white necessarily. There's another Nettle Guard. Sticky's Tongue Sentinel, I don't think is what this deck wants. Veteran Guardmouse is a little expensive. Don't think I like the Spark Shooter or the Pathmaker, so let's just take the Nettle Guard here. What is this one? 4 mana 3/1 Flyer. Beginning of your end step, if you gain or lost life, you'd look at the top 4 creature power 3 or less into your hand. There's another Druid of the Spade, though. I don't think I need a third Bravekin Duo, so I guess I'll just take this one. The charter doesn't really work well with what we're doing here. Bodyguard Forages. I don't need a third Rabbit Response, and I don't need a Parting Gust, so I guess I'll take this one here. So we knew we were white pretty much the whole draft, but we never really got the good cards to move into red or green particularly. Blue seems open. Maybe blue-white is where we should have gone, but yeah, I got a Dazzling Denial, a Plume Creed Mentor, another Denial. Maybe blue-white was the deck. Finch Formation? Maybe so. Parting Gust, I don't think is a card I want to play, and I think I'm probably just green-white. Or like white, like mainly white and a little bit of green. So I'm going to go ahead and build this, and I'll see you after deck building. Alright, here's where I ended up after deck building. I'm really not thrilled with like my 20 through 23rd card that I'm playing here, or 24th, because I am going to run 16 lands in this deck. I mean, there's a couple of, like, these can kind of be thought of as 4-drops, and maybe that's like a 4-drop. If we have to run it out on 2, I guess we could. But I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a mana sink if we flood. I'm not thrilled with a couple of these cards. Like, maybe only like 2 duos here. The Channeler isn't at its best, but the Life Creed duo helps with the Channeler a little bit, although this isn't at its best either. Got a couple removal spells, couple of green cards to fill out the deck, and a flyer as well, 16 lands. I mean, it can definitely do something. We can get off to some pretty aggressive starts and kind of curve out on some people. So hopefully that's what we can hang our hat on. But we're going to give this one a shot in the queue. And I'll see you in game 1. All right, here we are starting on the draw. Got a couple of 2-drops. Got enough mana for our Tree Guard duo already. I think it's a keep. Ooh, that goes a long way in assisting the hand here. That means on turn 3, we can play Nettle Guard. On turn 3, we play Warren Elder and use the duo on the Nettle Guard, which will be quite good. So let's do Nettle Guard here. Hope we still have attacks. I hope we don't get outclassed by whatever they're going to ramp out here. Because next turn, my plan is to Warren Elder and use Bravekin Duo on Nettle Guard, which will make it a 4/4. And then the following turn, this is going to make it a... I don't even know. I don't feel like doing the math right now, because honestly, it might not survive till then. So I will figure that out when we arrive at that point. Okay, they have a 3/3. So I can trade this for their 3/3. That's probably not what you wanted to do, but okay. Let's do this and this here. And at this point, I think I am fine trading it for their 3/3 here. Next turn, we can Offspring the Intrepid Rabbit and give this +2/+2. That's a 3/3. Okay, I can still afford to do that. Next turn, this gives +5/+5 and Vigilance to something. Pretty good. And if we continue to flood, this can at least pump our team a little bit. How did they cast that? Oh, off of the Root Weaver. All right, they're looking like a spicy brew here. Banishing Light. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Give it to the 1/1, I think. Give it +5/+5 here. And then I guess we use the Bravekin Duo on it as well. I don't see why not. Got nothing else to do. I don't think I'll attack with Intrepid Rabbit. Let's see if this thing even survives. It does not. I guess at this point I will. Now that they've used their mana up here. Alright. Got the Banishing Light, got the Bravekin Duo. That's a 1/1, or a 1/3, I guess. Gonna put it on the Mentor. If they go all in on the Mentor, I can Banishing Light that pretty easily. Looks like that is what I'm gonna be doing here. It's not too bad. Still think I want to get rid of that first, though. Gonna go ahead and give it here so it can't trade with the 3-tree mascot. They do have an instant. Don't know what it could be, but we'll continue to push. Do I want to trade Warren Elder with the 3-tree mascot? I'd be fine with that. So if you control a rabbit, scry 2. We are highly likely to control a rabbit, as all 4 of our creatures are rabbits. Also, I think this might... I'm pretty sure this is the first game here, but... Take a look at this battlefield. Like, the river and everything going on, like... It's pretty nice. Now the rabbit response look a whole lot worse now that they have the removal spell. Also, there is a glitch right now, which I figured out in the previous unrecorded draft, is that if you click on graveyards, they like to not load for a while. Yeah, I'm not going to cast Rabbit Response yet, so let's see if they have a response to this. They just going to chump here? They got some sort of trick to trade? All my creatures gonna die? Creature's gonna die. Alright, they've got all the removal. Alright, they are out of gas. Let's go. Don't think I'm going to use Rabbit Response just yet. I mean, if they play like a 5 toughness creature, I could still attack into it. Could have pushed 2 more damage there, but like that's not great. There's a 4 toughness creature. They can chump block with the other one as well. I can still attack into that with Rabbit Response here now. So... let's go ahead and do that. Sure, they're just going to chump. We continue to gain life. They do have something in their hand they can cast here now. They just played a land, and it did not immediately pass priority, which means the other one is not a land. Whoa. Okay. They have chump blocks for days now, I guess. They gain indestructible. Alright, well that was a mistake. Forgot about that. We'll be alright, I guess. Although now I can't cast Rabbit Response, so maybe that mistake might come back to haunt me here. Just instinctively gave it to the Stoat. I forgot they gave indestructible until your next turn. I thought it was until the end of the turn. So we just lost out on 1 point of damage there, I suppose, is all we did. Let's hope it doesn't come back to haunt us. That's a mythic. Put a counter on a bunch of creatures and then destroy my Banishing Light. That's a top deck. That is a top deck. Good for you, I guess. Wow. Sometimes you lose to mythic rares. I mean, we're not officially dead, but I mean, it's going to be tough from here. That's for sure. And a 7/7. They top deck a mythic and we top deck a land. Perfect. Kind of have them at 4 in a way. What are we, a 3-turn clock right now? But just don't know if we're going to survive that long. I'm probably just going to chump the Rampager because and of course they drew an instant. That's what it looks like. What is this, 13, 14 points of damage here? Oh, man. This does have trample. I could potentially, like, eke out a win next turn, +2, +1. This has trample. I know they have an instant, though. They just top-decked one, which is great. They top-decked Season of Whatever into an instant. Oh, I guess I should have blocked the 1/1. Although, if they have a combat trick, then I'd probably be dead either way. Go to 3. Season of Gathering. What a card. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it, because I'm pretty much just dead next turn, so my turn, cast this, scry 2 pre-combat, or before my draw step, and then look, more lands. 3 more, or 2 more off the top. Welcome to Daily Draft, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the goings-ons here. Going-ons here, whatever. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Can't check on my graveyard because the glitch. I've only got 5 more lands and like a couple of cards there. Yeah, I think they got us here. Maybe I had lethal if I attacked with this instead of giving the +1 there, because it represents 3 extra damage, but they could have just chumped that as well. Right? What else do you got? They did have a trick, it seems. Great. I gain life, go up to 10, and lose because I drew lands. I mean, they top deck Season of Gathering, I top deck 4 lands. GG. Alright, starting on the draw again. We do have 1, 2, 3 at the very least, so I guess we can keep it for that reason. So we will do this here. For those of you that are still here after that brutal loss, check out the screen right now. I've got a code for 6 free Bloomburrow booster packs here on Arena. First come, first serve. If you do, in fact, claim the code and it works for you, go ahead and drop in the comments code claimed so everyone knows that you have taken it so they don't go ahead and take it as well. You're welcome. All right, what can we do here now? Guess just play a 2/2. What do they have for a mountain now? They had something for an island last turn and a mountain this turn, so I'm guessing things are dying. I was guessing correctly. I think there's a spell like bounces a creature to its opponent's hand for 1 blue mana here. Let's see if that's what they're going to do. I've drawn nothing but lands, by the way, so far, so here we are again. Kindle, Spark, Duo, and pass. Yep. I mean, it's too early in the format for me to really know what they're representing with this here, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna get rid of the 1/1. That way it doesn't come back if they do have enchantment removal here. And then I just attack with this, and then they probably bounce it to my hand. Oh, that was dumb. I should have untapped. Oh, non-land. I was gonna say should have untapped a land. It is non-land, so let's see if it gets bounced to my hand here. It does indeed. Well, I can't really attack, so let's just do this and see if it resolves here. And then I guess play Nettle Guard, which is going to be pretty good with Bravekin duos. I'm assuming this is going to get countered. And it does. Have not drawn the combo for Essence Channeler. So this attacks as a 3/5 if we want it to. No, a 5/7? Is that what it does? Let's see. Let's go for it here. I'm not going to do it again because I have 2 creatures to cast. So let's see if they kill or bounce this in some way here. Guess not. Okay. Now we got a couple pretty good attackers with the Bravekin duos going on and the Nettle Guards and things. I mean, these both kind of attack as 4/4s. Take out the trash. Yeah, I think I just need to get that on the battlefield here. So let's do this. Does that have reach? No, it doesn't. I could do this, but I'd like to do this because when this dies, I can put its counters somewhere. And if they want to trade a Nettle Guard for this thing, I think I'd be okay with that. because I expect the other Nettle Guard to die to take out the trash. Probably now, so that I can't use its ability to kill the talent before they upgrade it. No, it is the Channeler. Alright, that's fine. So then let's do this. And then let's go here. Alright, they are just chumping away. Do technically have lethal next turn if they don't have an answer to the Provisioner here. Okay. They're gonna make me go for it, I guess. Got a counterspell? No? So we'll do this one, and then also Nettle Guard here. And then pump that. These are both lethal threats now. So they have to deal with both, yeah. Alright. We did get through the blue-red deck holding up a bunch of interaction. Alright, we're at first the time, and if we could find a 2-drop in our first draw step, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to be quite good, but I think it's keepable regardless. So let's take a Plains on the battlefield with Bravekin Duo and find a 2-drop. Let's go. Yeah, I'll offer the trade. This is usually really good. I'm assuming they're black-red. This is quite a good card in that deck, as it enables almost all of their spells and creatures that trigger off of damage being dealt here. So, see what their follow-up is. 2/1 that when it dies deals a damage to me. Okay. Well, let's race. I know I could have held that back and stuff, but I mean, they're also an aggressive deck, so trading off creatures is probably not the end of the world here. I'm expecting Scales of Shale, which I believe is +2/+0, and lifelink and indestructible. So because they're representing that, I'm only going to attack with this instead of the Thistledown players here, because I think that's what they're trying to do. Oh, they're blocking anyway. What do you got? It is Scales of Shale. And look, I played around it effectively. So +2/+0, lifelink and indestructible. Day one of the... Oh, jeez, I hate this stupid card. It doesn't look good, but, like, it's just a huge problem. I'll go here, I guess. Like, it just makes all their derpy creatures into, like, actual threats. Whenever you attack with one or more lizards, deals a damage to me. 2 mana, put a counter on it, only if I've lost life. Okay. Still got a 4/4. So if I attack with Duo, the Tree Guard Duo, and don't pump it here, they could double block and I only kill the Raider. Whereas if I attack with Duo and I do pump it, they'd have to double block and they'd both die. No, that's not even correct. If I pump it, they wouldn't be able to kill it though, because 4, 5, it would go to 6. I think that's what I'm gonna do, so that they can't double block and keep a creature. This Bravekin duo has actually kind of like done some work, which I didn't really expect, if we're being honest. Thank you for the token. My creature's now a 4/3. Okay, a couple of creatures that aren't the best at blocking. Not a bad draw. Do I have lethal is the question. Don't believe I do. Well, yeah, it would have been close. I think I might have with the trample. Could have been really close there. All right, we're up first, and we don't have any one of our 1-drops, which isn't great, but I'll still keep this here. Probably leading on Warren Elder, so that if they use a removal spell on the Mentor, I'd prefer them to use it on the Elder, obviously. And the Mentor is only just going to be a 2/2 on turn 3. It's not going to be any better than the Elder. But if I draw a 3-drop, then I won't want to play the Mentor. I'll get my best creature down. I'm just gonna hope they don't have the removal for my good creature here. Would like one more land in the next 2 draws, obviously, so that I can get my 4 drops down. I count this as a 4-drop. You want to offspring this almost all of the time. It is dead. I kind of saw that one coming. If I had just played Elder, would they have savored it? Probably so. So maybe it was worth not doing it, but I said just in case I drew a 3-drop, I wanted to get my good creature down so I could have a window to do it. Really need a land. If I don't draw a land, ooh, alright. Fun, fun. Not a land. Okay, so whenever one or more tokens enter, they draw a card. And then when it becomes level 2 for just 1 mana, this is the combo right here. I played it in the pre-release against literally triple Carrot Cake and Caretaker's Talent. Very, very nice combo. I mean, they're going to make a 1/1 again next turn, draw another card. Level 2, draw another card. What is that? Menace when it attacks drains me, where X is the number of black creatures they control. Okay. Let's do this with Offspring. Auto pay. And I'm going to give it... This is going to be a 4/3 trample. So let's go here and here. And then get him with both now. Next turn, the Tree Guard duo is going to be able to give +5/+5 to a Trampler. Pretty good. Okay, go to 10. If they can get set up here, they got a nice little board combo going on. Again, the Caretaker's Talent, Carrot Cake. When it enters and when you sacrifice it, you make a 1/1. They can upgrade that, make another 1/1. And then if they upgrade it twice, all their tokens... No, that's another rare. Enters or attacks. Okay. Really hoping they don't have removal spell for my 9/8 right now. Ooh, kept it right on top. So that means they just drew a removal spell. Okay, go to 4. I'd be shocked if that instant top wasn't a removal spell for the druid here. Okay, keep on going with the carrot cake. Another instant top. Another draw card. As close as they are to death, I'm not really liking our chances here. I mean, they're back to 6 now. This is another food. They're kind of at 9. Everything is glitching because the graveyard glitch right now. Oh, there it goes, graveyard. I'm expecting some sort of removal spell, I think. Okay, Mabel's Metal can do some work here now. Oh, this is going to be a great blowout. Alright, so this gets +2/+2, and then that gets +1/+1. And then that should... that should do some serious work. Wow. Alright, cross your fingers, no board wipe. I'm not going to play around it. What a combat trick there. That was incredible. Hopefully they didn't draw exactly that plains to cast that 5 mana board wipe that like brings a creature back to the graveyard from the battlefield or something stupid. Don't even know the name of the card yet, but it already got cast against me twice this format. And this is the first video you've seen, so take that for what it's worth. Okay, so I can activate that. Or I could just play Pileated Provisioner here. I'm going to get my flyer down. Let's put the counter... Let's put it here. And then get in with these two. I'm fine to trade the Tree Guard duo with the Glide Dive duo. Gosh, they're running out of names. So much so. Why do they just chump? What does that mean? Oh my god, they do have it. They have it again. They have the board wipe again, don't they? They're running out of card names so much that they're making names that are impossible to pronounce. They have the board wipe. This is going to be the 3rd time I've played against this board wipe. In like 3 events. Starfall Invocation. I mean... yeah. That happens. right, let's do some foraging. That, I gotta say, that was about the best top deck we could have had. As much as I complain about playing against the board wipe just now, I think that was probably the best top deck in our deck. But gosh, I saw it coming from a mile away, did I not? Okay, that's a creature. Oh, and it goes back to their hand. No, they get one from there. Okay, whenever you give a gift, draw a card. Surveil 1, draw a land. They have to block these two, and then Bravekin Duo gets in. They trade for this one, chump that one, I guess is what's happening here. If I pump this, then nothing really changes. So we just get in with everything. We're going to be left with a 3-3 and a 1-1. They're going to be at 1 and have no creatures here. Four cards in hand, though. Now they're at 3. I mean, I guess I attack. What do they have? Scales of Shale for lifelink and things? Okay, that's a way to survive. We're fighting, but they're drawing everything they need to draw here. Oh, clicked on their graveyard for the glitch. My bad. Now I can't look at anything. Ooh, another rare. Oh, there's the graveyard. My bad. All right, I gotta say, all right, I won't complain. We are also top decking quite well. That is lethal, so we will take it. Wow, what a game. We beat Starfall Invocation. Can you believe it? Don't know how many times that's going to happen in the format. All right, we're up first, and guess what? We have the combo. Life Creed Duo and Essence Channeler. Let's go. I mean, I think this deck fell a little bit short, but if we can get this combo going, not too bad. So let's start with the duo so that we can play Channeler next turn, and then gain a life instantly, put a counter on it. Oh, the mirror match. All right, let's start here. In the next turn, we can play the Stoat and the Mentor. I assume they're probably going to want to kill the Channeler if they can. All right. Counter spell, I suppose. No? What do they got? I mean, we have an insane curve here. If they deal with the Channeler in a way that exiles it, that's not great. Or bounces it, it's also not great. Let's see what it is. The answer was a concession because that curve was insane. We had the combo, and we had 2 more 2-drops. Wow. On the draw this time, and seems fine enough here. Last time I played Mentor and regretted it, so this time I'll see if I can play Elder. I don't need more lands, I can tell you that. Alright, well not much else to do except to attack here, I guess, and then play Mentor. Alright, Sonar Strike. Sure. Alright. Mana Efficiency says to play Rabbit, and then Mentor's gonna die, and we're not gonna get the triggers, really, but do what you gotta do. And down it goes. More lands. Perfect. Alright, let's get in, I guess. And then cast this little guy. Ooh. Do I trade this for Lunar Convocation right now? I mean, I'm probably fine if they want to keep paying 2 mana and 2 life to draw a card. Now, at the beginning of their end step, if they gained life, I lose a life. Now, if they can gain life and lose life on their turn, I'll probably blow it up before their end step so they don't get a bat. But at that point, I mean, we'll see. Sacks a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. Okay, so I guess I'll get rid of the Intrepid Rabbit, so I can still have the option to kill the Lunar Convocation if I want to. Yeah, I'm playing 16 lands. I've got half of them. I don't need any more. Sure, I mean, they've paid a ton of life this game. That's okay. Okay, they got their own Nettle Guard. I mean, I guess we get rid of their creature and just keep trying to pressure their life total here. I do technically have lethal with Rabbit response, but I don't think I can go for it. Let's see if they have removal. Nice, nice. I see. Okay. So they get Nettle Guard back here. And then it blocks mine more than likely. I can push 2 damage and scry 2 with this, put them to 3. I wish I had a way to target this with something, but I don't. Do I want to put them to 3 and scry 2? I do think the scry is pretty nice here. Can we forge? We can forge there and there. Oh, let's go. What a draw. All right. So they go to 3. They can't really activate this anymore. Or they can, I suppose. Do it one more time. Go out on your own terms here. Banishing Light, getting rid of the 1/1. That's fine. Gives them another turn. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Gosh, Bushy Bodyguard. I mean, we're not even building around it. And it's 4 mana for a 4/3 and a 3/3. That's just really good. Alright, Sonar Strike on one of them. Do they have 2 Sonar Strikes is the question. No, they don't. Alright, we got there. And we got into diamond. Sweet. All right, we go first this time. We do need a green, but we do have several plays we can do with just white mana here. So I'm going to keep, we've got a 1-drop and a 2-drop. Even if we draw just a plains, we can play a 3-drop here as well. So I think it's worth keeping. Obviously could backfire if we start to miss land drops, but our deck is pretty low curve here. And there's the missed land drop. Yeah, I guess we just trade. Can't really do anything else about it. Had 2 shots at a land and missed. We had 10 lands in our top, like, 13 cards last time. And now we got 2, and unfortunately going to lose our second game to Mana Screw, which, welcome to Magic. It happens. Beginning of combat, target mouse you control gains double strike or trample? Well, that's an issue. I can't deal with that. I think I have a Banishing Light in the deck. That's about it. I mean, I guess we just play a 2-3 and pass and hope we draw enough lands to go wide enough to survive. Alright, so they got some sort of combat trick here. Or are they just not going to attack? They're going to try to get the counter on this? Alright, I'll trade. If they can pay 2 to get that menace, I'll miss another land drop. Do I want to attack with that? No, I think blocking this mouse is just pretty good for me right now. Not that I think it's going to survive. Okay, I guess it did. Thought they had to take out the trash to kill it. They got 6, I got 3. Usually Screw beats Flood, but not if you don't draw it ever. Alright, here come the creatures. I think I have to just... It's got Menace. I don't really like doing this, but... Do they draw a combat trick here? What do you got? I don't think we're really in a position to be casting Rabbit Response this game. Gosh. I don't really want to... I can trade this for one of these two. I don't really want to trade this necessarily. So let's go to combat and attack here. And then play the Stoat. If a creature dies and I draw another land, I can double forage with Bushy Bodyguard. That's an issue. Alright, take 5. Land. Alright, let's do this. And now, if I give it here, it attacks as a 4/4, which is good. And if I give it here, it attacks as a 4/4. And this is a 2/2 first strike. So they don't have great blocks for most of this here. Untap. Let's untap this one. So we got attacking for 10. They go for a double block. That's fine. Next turn, now we do have the ability to double forage with the Bushy Bodyguard. Tree Guard Duo is also quite good. Gives +5/+5. That is lethal. 1, 2, 3. But like, obviously they have to have some sort of removal, right? I'm gonna play around it for a turn. So let's just go to combat and attack here. See what they remove. Looks like it is the Stoat. Oh, and the 1/1. Okay, so take 6. Bodyguard, Offspring, double forage here. Okay, that's fine. Sure. And don't have trample. But they do have another instant. That's not great. See if they kill it now. Alright, it is dead. What if I attacked with everything? They eat this, they take 3, and they go to 1. Conversely, next turn I just win, so no attacks. Draw land, I win. They draw a removal spell. They do have an instant, or it could be Kindle Spark Duo. So let's do this. Do I want to play around them having a removal spell here? Because if I attack with all, and they remove this, eat that. Yeah, they remove this, eat that, chump this, take 3 down to 1. I then have 3 creatures. They have 1 creature. That's probably fine. Alright. Called their bluff. Got him down. This deck has performed quite well and well above expectations. Well, it sucks starting on the draw, but can't mulligan this hand, especially on the draw here. So we will keep it, play duo on 1, and then decide which of these 2 drops we want to play on 2. Eey, that could be rough. I think I'm going to play the Nettle Guard because next turn, again, I can play a 2-drop and activate on the Nettle Guard attack as a 4/4. This is nice defensive speed against us. Okay, got a 2/3. If I attack as a 4/4, I can trade with one of these. I'm gonna bet that they don't block here. I'm gonna bluff something too. Go into full control. And they did not block. Let's go. So I went into full control, which like bluffed that I got priority, that I had a combat trick in my hand, which more than likely caused them to not block there. Or they just really needed the 5th mana and didn't want me to eat their Root Weaver there. They're thinking about what to kill is my guess. What is the largest threat on the board to them? This little combo is nice, gotta admit. It says trample, is that right? Yeah. A land would be great so I can get a 3-4 down. That also kind of pushes some damage here. Bushy Bodyguard is a great top deck, but not a great card to just kind of have in your hand. Alright, they're pushing damage too. Give it there, attack for 3, attack for 4 probably. 5, 6, oh geez. Forgot they have a token now. Land. Nope. Gonna play the Life Creed duo so that I can potentially try to gain a little bit of life, because I think we're in a racing scenario here. Like, they're gonna hit us back for like a good amount of damage probably. But we are attacking for 8, so... Okay, this is back to a 2-3. They blocked like that, I'm assuming because they have another way to make a token. Otherwise, they probably should have blocked with this plus the rabbit. That would have made more sense. What is that? Exile target creature until it leaves the battlefield. If it had power 2 or less, which all of mine basically do, put a counter on it. Alright, yeah. I can't really get rid of that, except gosh, just no lands. No lands anywhere. I'm banishing light to get rid of that, but I mean, I don't know how much I really want this thing back, but getting a 4/5 off the battlefield is probably good for me. We're probably getting toward the end of this race here. I mean, I don't have great blocks. They have a 4/4 trample now. They do still have priority, which means I probably can't afford to make this double block. So I won't. Alright, there's a land finally. Alright, down goes the duo. Some sort of bite spell, I think. Yep. Alright, so I got the trick out of their hand, but I am pretty far behind now. Still can't forage even once with this. If I could get to a point where I could forage at least once with this, I can go 4 mana for a 3/3 and a 2/1. That's okay. If I draw a land, I can go Druid plus Elder. Foraging with this does give me a token, which makes this a 4/3, which is better. Ooh, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah, it's got trample. These are hard to block. I can forage once now, but I think I'm just going to get more creatures on the battlefield. The only issue is that this thing can only be blocked by this. And then they've got trample. So I'm at least 3 minimum. Or maximum. Ah, that'll do it. 12/12 trample, unblockable. Yeah. Alright. They just had a better draw. I mean, it's basically very, very similar decks there. They just drew a little bit better than we did toward the end. Starting on the draw again, but hand we got to keep. So we will do just that here. Ugh. I hate that card. It's just annoyingly decent. All right, blue red, kill you quick. I just don't have enough removal. And they don't play a ton of creatures, and all their creatures that they do play are important to their strategy. See if they have a counterspell here. So they'll tap that and then counterspell my spell, which makes this a 2/2. That's what I figured they had. It's not great for me, obviously, but I mean, I could have played around it by just not really, I couldn't have really played around it. Another counterspell here. Counterspells are my least favorite thing about playing Magic. Like, they just don't let you play Magic, is what they are. Would I trade this for either of these things? Probably, I guess. Sure, which one do I want to get rid of? Probably this thing. It seems to be holding back the majority of my creatures. Plus, I'm stocking my yard for Bushy Bodyguard here. Counterspell number 3. Come on. Let me actually play the game. Oh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have attacked with the Warren Elder. If they have any other spell, they're just going to eat it. Okay, it actually worked. Let's go. All right, one more card in the yard for Bushy Bodyguard. Alright, go ahead. And then pass it back so you can counter another one of my spells. How about that? That is what's happening. Oh, do they have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have the crab, the 5/5 crab is what they have here, I believe. So they're going to hit me for 8 on the backswing now. Nope, just take out the trash. All right. That means Bodyguard can now get cast for its full value next turn. There is the crab anyway. They had it anyway. And can also kill one of my creatures. Good for them. I swear if they counter this thing, I'm about to cry. Probably should have done that pre-combat, but sure. I guess I should have attacked first if I was going to attack there. Looks like the blue-red deck might have gotten us here. Down it goes. 7, have to chump this thing. Go to 1. Draw land, perfect. And can't block 3 creatures here, and don't have a rabbit. Darn. 6-1 to 6-3. You hate to see it. Had they not been able to lock that down, would have just won there, but they did. I hate to just 6-1 to 6-3, or 6-0 to 6-3, or worse kind of things. You always think you're going to get that trophy, and then you just get robbed of it right at the end. It feels so close, but so far away. Either way, I'll take a 6-3 to start the format here with a deck that I thought was actually pretty bad. But at the end of the day, it turned out to be not too super horrible, which I will certainly accept there. We did have 0 rares again? No. Life Creed. No. Essence Channeler. But I wouldn't even count that as a rare. That was kind of like a common in this deck. It was not effectively built around. So kind of like a 0 rare pool here. 16 lands. Got really close. 6-3. We'll take it. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.